Thanks for coming through, you guys. Thanks for coming through. We're going to have to talk about it because the people are backlashing. People are very upset that we went live about this the other day, you guys. I'm going to add in the TikTok people after I make these cinnamon rolls. I'm making some cinnamon rolls real quick because my dough started falling already. I'm like, darn, you don't want no falling dough for cinnamon rolls. And I just checked it an hour ago and it was very risen and it was fine. And then I went upstairs. Hey, Devonda, thanks. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Can you hear me okay? We're in the kitchen. Mama's in the kitchen burning rice. Daddy around the corner shooting dice. Brother and Jack hanging on a rail. Sister around the corner got the fruit cocktail. Rockin' Robin. Oh, Rockin' Robin. Woo! All little birds gonna really rock tonight. Yeah. Mama's in the kitchen burning rice. Okay. Had to get my pan clean. Even if I'm putting parchment paper in the bottom. So yeah, so the Devonda. Were you here for our live the other day on Friday? And we did a live reaction to Ace's interview that I ultimately said, how'd I end it? Well, I don't think you guys heard me, but because the YouTube, you know, it be acting up and stuff, right? So we ended up staying live at TikTok until like 6 p.m. You guys, we were live literally all day talking about it. The chat was crazy lit. Desi overzealous, creative, freaking Haley. Like so many people came through with great POVs and added excellence to the discourse, you know. So sorry I wasn't able to bring it all to you. But that's because my YouTube tech be tripping. But anyway, so we went live the other day about, where is he? About this. Remember? And I did a live reaction on Friday. It came on at 9 a.m. and we stayed on until about 6. That's a whole fucking job, you guys. I had a day off. I didn't have nothing to do. And the discourse was excellent. You know? And everybody started off wanting to give grace to Ace. I told you guys the other day how, you know, just as a mom, I'm kind of ready to incorporate and take my foot off the proverbial necks of the other Islanders, you know, like anybody who, just let that be in 2025. I had already said that before he even said he was going to drop this interview. And then he drops the interview and I was like, oh, well, I can be hopeful. I mean, I literally thought it wasn't going to be anything because so far our boy is a lot of clickbait, unfortunately. And the mere fact that he's so clickbaity, I already had not, you know, I really didn't think he was going to be telling us anything. I watched him on his video. I told you guys. I watched that time when he was like, oh, get me to 1 million likes. Get me to 1 million likes. And I'll tell you all about the story. I'll give a story time. And everybody clicked. There was only 3,000 people in the thing. That's a lot of clicks for 3,000 people, you know? And so they got him to 1 million. And then he's like, I'll give you the story time tomorrow. I just wanted to tell you about my toy drive. So he be clickbaiting a lot. And it's not cute. It's like you be fucking with people's time, bruv. You know? But he decided, I'm making cinnamon rolls right now. I made a cake for myself yesterday for my birthday. And it wasn't a problem. I love cooking, you guys. It brings me great joy to cook. So I wanted to make my own birthday cake because my sister moved to Arizona. She's another baker in the house, well, in the family, and she would have made it too, but she's just moved to Arizona. So I was like, I want to make my own cake, and I usually would have hopped on over to like Bel Air or Rally's, one of those nice posh kind of bakeries at the store, and gotten myself one of their princess cakes, which is basically a white cake with raspberry filling. And it's a white cake with raspberry filling, and see? So it's white cake, but I made vanilla. It's literally, I put so much vanilla in it. It tastes so good. And then I made a buttercream frosting that I dyed Barbie pink. And then that on top is raspberry filling with no seeds. And then I layered it. Let me see. Do I have a layer in here? No, darn. Oh, here it is. And then I layered it with raspberry jam inside like it would have been at the store. Yeah, so that's what I did. Anyway, it was so good. It's already that I had one piece, right? I only had one piece of my birthday cake. I came down this morning. There's only of the whole cake, a quarter of it left. The boys loved it. It was so good. But here, this is what we're. So yeah, so I was just like doing my thing, and we were talking about it. We were over on the TikTok talking about it. And I wasn't really like tripping yesterday. I didn't go live. I was going to go live for my birthday. And then I was like, no, let me just chill. Like, so I literally just chilled and talked to my mom about my birth story and stuff like that. It was cute. But then I checked my comments over here. And yeah, over here, particularly on YouTube. And in checking the comments over here, it looks like Ace has minions, you guys. And they have thoughts. These are their thoughts, you guys. Look at this. They are so mad that we decided to talk about Ace and what he posted on a public forum. The people are crazy. And my whole thing is, these weirdos could be spending all this time and energy making Ace as big as he wants to be. They could be spending their time and energy doing that. They could be over under his comments, running it up with engagement under his algorithm. But you should have seen these motherfuckers came over here to my comments in YouTube. I told you guys in TikTok it was bad, and I thought YouTube was fairly safe. But one of the commenters even let it be known how they found me was because on Twitter, there's a negative feed about me, particularly for having a live. This time, it's been many times. But this time, before, it's usually because I just support Nicolandria, and we have lives about Nicolandria. So that's a reason for them to hate. And now a reason for them to hate is because I had a live the other day where we watched Alan's interview. And they were literally like, don't watch his interview. I think he needs to know that his supporters are going around telling people not to engage with his content because they said so. That's probably why he doesn't. He only got like 2,000 more subscribers on his YouTube channel from dropping that video, which is light, for a guy with 1 million people on TikTok. But the people were mad. Oh, so mad that we had a live and then discourse about this man who went on a reality show for the public's entertainment. I don't think his fans understand. He went on a reality show for entertainment. He literally had to sign that his image and likeness isn't his anymore on the show. But then when he gets home, fans are supposed to hold him to a different standard than his contracts. I don't know. And it's not like negative to watch his content, and then have a discussion about it. I don't think that's anything negative at all. Because he made content for us to comment on. It's so crazy. But then his people, they go under content where the comments in my section are about the content that we talked about, which is him as a reality star. And they come and comment on comments, you guys. I'm like, you guys are so... But they're in the comments calling us dumb, we're daft, low IQ. If you didn't know, I'm fat. Like, it's just like they're just so juvenile. It's so elementary. Their burns are so elementary. And actually nonsensical. Because I have to keep pointing. I'm like, you're literally in here. Look at this disserfucking. You're in my comments, under my content, and this particular person is this Carrie chick, or Avatar, Clanker, Ragebot. I'm not sure what kind of account she is, but she has a whole YouTube channel with zero content on it, you guys. Zero content. And I was like, well, you should be putting this dissertation on your page, darling. You don't have any content. Like, you're under my content trying to regulate what I do as content and a content creator, yet you don't have anything to add to the content universe except for snarky discourse because you saw my name on Twitter, so you decided to come find me. You sought me out on other platforms that aren't Twitter because I don't twit. I don't fuck with cesspools of toxicity. I don't want to glow green. You know what I'm saying? So you sought me out to come find me and engage under my content. This bitch right here, this Carrie bitch, she left about 15, 11 comments, you guys. And I was just thanking her for the engagement. I was like, ooh, thanks for the engagement. You're running up the algorithm, you know? You getting me all in the algorithm. You're not in the algorithm. You're on Twitter, and the people are mad at you on Twitter. They're mad at me on Twitter for commenting on comments, and they're having whole lives, whole threads and shit about my comments instead of about content. And I think there's some kind of psychological malice, malfeasance, disease happening that these motherfuckers are so caught up on on my comments, but I wasn't on Love Island. I wasn't on Love Island, bitch. That's what I had to tell her. I wasn't on Love Island. So for you guys to be having dissertations and think tanks, as you like to say all the time, on a schmegular content creator for commenting on a reality star. Think of it. Are you following me? You're commenting on comments on somebody who's not your faves page, running up my engagement after seeking me out because you don't like a comment I made about content that was created by a reality star. That's fucking bizarre. You're a fucking weirdo. Crazy much? Are you getting a disability check for that thought process? Okay? So bizarre. So freaking bizarre. What the fuck? And then try to regulate me and my comments for commenting on a reality star's content. If you haven't noticed what the fuck YouTube started as, it was people talking about about reality stars' content, about scripted shows, non-scripted shows, how-tos. It's about giving your POV and like what your comments are on shit. your reaction to your recaps. So they're doing it all wrong. And that's one thing I keep saying about the other fan bases is that you're doing it wrong. I hope you're in here now. I hope you're clipping this because I'm about to give you instructions on what the fuck you're doing wrong as a fan. So as a fan, you should be welcoming any type of engagement for your fave because all publicity is good publicity. And your boy needs some good publicity, okay? His little fucking, first he advertises it as an interview. Then it dropped down, it got de-escalated to a podcast. And then by the time he released it, it was a journal. You see what I said about clickbait for those of you who have been here from the beginning? I said he's a clickbait king. That's what he's a fucking stand on business of, clickbait. Okay? So all this big hoopla, and then it ended up being self-directed. Dude, you literally was like, oh, I'm going to have this interview and everything's going to be said. As soon as he said, I'm going to say everything, I knew he was motherfucking lying because he told us he was going to say everything when he got out of the villa and he was going to reveal everything at the reunion. And he didn't reveal shit except for his voice quivers when he's lying. But he got his fans' panties in a bunch. They're up in here thick. They are thick in here, okay? They are thick and mad. They're thick like my upper thigh meat in this bitch, okay? They are thick and mad. Read this fucking dissertation. You do know that he uploaded that says personal YouTube page. No, all the YouTube pages are public, bitch, unless he sets it to private. You see how dumb they are? And their refusal to be intellectually honest? Just because you put words in a different order doesn't make your version the truth. The truth is, so on YouTube, you can have a private thing. He could have literally put that video to private, but he advertised for it. He advertised for it with Kendrick Lamar at that. He advertised for it with the Kendrick Lamar song at that. Talking about, he hope we satisfied, that we find peace. I hope you find a peace of mind in this lifetime. Like he was going to say some shit. I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm like, okay, I hope he said something. I hope I find some peace of mind in this lifetime. Because every time you open your freaking mouth, I'm feeling like you're a little fallen angel in your fucking way of communicating, full of lies and confusion. Omission by purpose is technically a lie. We can just stick with omission. Okay, fine. Maybe he just freaking is a clickbait king. Clickbait king. I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. Did anybody who thought he was going to address some real shit get anything real addressed? It felt like he was doing a reintroduction. You know how, because first impressions are everything, right? And so I'm not sure what these say in this language, Castor. I'm not sure. I don't have a translator on here. Yeah, it's like he's a bona fide troll. And then his sister said he doesn't even like people. Never had a relationship. Never had a girlfriend. Doesn't like to be touched. Doesn't really like to kiss. Doesn't like people like that. But went on a reality show and played opposites or something. And he was there to get all the information from everybody else and didn't want to tell the people. Remember, Charlie told us he wasn't trying to come up off the information about himself. Austin. Okay? They let us know. But the fans coming over here to my stuff is what has me a little, like, I'm like, oh, here we fucking go again. Because you know she who shall not be named has the same type of fans. She who walks behind the rose, you know, the vermin keeper, the lady who laughs at N-words and stuff, you know, she has the same type of fans where they do it all wrong. You're supposed to be encouraging not only good behavior and accountability from your people, but you're supposed to be encouraging people to go engage with their stuff. And you're supposed to go comment under their stuff heavily to keep them in the algorithm and run their comments up. Unless they're paying you personally, you're not supposed to be like running amok in other people's comments. That's why people get their thoughts in their own head. You don't live in my head, I don't live in your head. And the audacity for you freaking ace minions see, everybody's telling this curse girl. I said, you come over here based off of random using me instead of your faves content. Like, it's weird. So they find negative snark about me for my comments. That's low-hanging fruit. At least I make content about reality stars who want the content made about them because it keeps people on their radar and shit like that. At least that's what I make content about. You guys make content about what people comment about content. And it's just, that must be what the young things do these days. The young itty bitty babies. That's what they're doing these days. Obviously. Because I had their diapers in a bunch, y'all. In a straight bunch. Okay? Mad much? Well, stay mad, bitches. Because your fave didn't say anything in that interview in his reintroduction. He was almost like Kenya Moore with the grand opening of his self. And then I told you guys it was a merch drop. And I said at the end of our live, after going live from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I ended it in the middle of it. I said he's going to drop merch either today, by Sunday definitely. He'll have some merch dropped. And then within an hour, while we were still live, their fave dropped merch. Because it's just predictable behavior. That's why he was trying to rebrand while he drops merch about his brand. You see that? He tried to rebrand while he dropped merch about his brand. You guys. $445 and he doesn't even... He says he stands on business, but he doesn't say shit. I feel the closest we got in that interview to any type of acknowledgement about the chaos that he's been the purveyor of was when he copied exactly what Too Short said in his interview. And he was like, I have a big mouth and I've never done this before. I have a big mouth. I'm a mom, so I be knowing when my kids are trying to have me read something between the lines. I'm like, you know how as a mom, you got to figure out what they really said and shit. So I have a big mouth means that was the most acknowledgement we'll get that he, in that Speedy interview, fucked up everything with the words he used. That's the most acknowledgement we'll ever get. And we better be fucking satisfied. Because as the narcissist he is, other people said the narcissist word. I'm just reiterating what the panel for 8 hours the other day came to. Reiterating that. It's like his refusal to acknowledge the possibility that he doesn't know everything is actually a maturity thing and a flaw in character if you don't understand, because all the biggest thinkers of the world, the millionaires, the world-changing millionaires, they're always learning. You're always self-improving. You don't want to be the smartest one in the room. If you're the smartest one in the room, you need to find another motherfucking room. That's real talk. I'm always gaining access to people who know far more than myself. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not trying to expand by being in places where, you know, you might not necessarily fit there, but you need to be there because it adds a facet to your deepness. You don't want to be the smartest one in the room. Have you read every book? And even if you read every book, if your understanding is based off of you being the smartest person, it's going to be flawed because your experiences and what you know is based off of your experience. Obviously, from that interview, everybody in Ace's family props him up in such a way that he gets to believe that his shit doesn't stink and he doesn't have to take accountability for much. He gets everything explained away because he's so nice and vibrant, and all of that's fine and well. You know, like I go to yell at my kid too, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute and you need to act right. You know what I'm saying? I did not like in that interview how his whole family had to, like, instead of him just apologize and say I said something stupid or some fucked up shit, his family had to, like, try to make it all okay. And then the intentional vagueness around things like why he uses the word ace, how we don't know what we don't know. We're dumb, but why are we dumb? Because you're not being clear, sir. You have information that you know we want and could use in order to make a better assessment in our reassessing. You already know. So for you to be willfully, just like his sister sat up there and was like, yeah, you guys don't know nothing. You guys don't know nothing. Well, tell us, girl. He made this whole beautiful production to charge $400 for a hoodie. The least you could do is tell us so that we're not dumb and know some shit instead of don't know shit, like you like to put it. It was just very interesting. So mad at us as fans and viewers of the show for being disappointed in him, yet he's not given any clarity on why he decided to move the way he ultimately decided to move and cause the friction that he ultimately caused. He just wants to show us baby pictures of him with his grandma and have us go ahead and pay $445 fucking dollars for a hoodie because everything's forgiven and he's worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big ask. And I'm not sure in his particular fan base who's going to be selling out $445 anythings. Not saying nothing. But I mean, I would think for $445, the graffiti artist would have made a mural out of the entire hoodie instead of just the hood. And then I'm like, is that a skull? Is that skull and hands? It's like an abstract skeleton or something. I don't know. The graphic artistry on this hoodie is as uneventful as the information that we got from that interview. His self-fucking interview. He interviewed himself, you guys. He interviewed himself. P became a member. Right on. Thanks for coming through. I'm over here making cinnamon rolls, so my hands were over there. So for my cinnamon rolls, you guys, here, I'll take this off real quick. I use Biscoff butter. I use Biscoff cookie butter with brown sugar, and I'm gonna put some raisins in it, brown sugar and cinnamon and butter, and I spread it all over the dough. And now I'm gonna sprinkle my raisins, and then I'm gonna stretch and roll it. But I'm not gonna stretch it too far this time. I don't want it thin. DT, you're here. I love you, DT. So let's see the rest of these comments. Pinky Poe, thank you for so much. Welcome to the Curvy crew. We have an additional channel sponsor, Pinky Poe. We have longtime channel sponsor, DT in the house, and longtime channel sponsor, Devonda in the house. Thank you all for coming through. I'm getting at these comments now. I'll go up here. Corey, you're here? Right on. Thanks for coming through, darling. Sadie, you're here. Alan needs a therapist, doesn't he? Thank you for reporting that bot. 21 people watching. Yeah, go ahead and like this video if you can. Nope, he knows he can't say much. Well, I feel like he could say enough for a number of people's questions to be. He could have said something without even acknowledging them particularly. He could have said, "Oh, I did an interview a while ago." And that would have been like any interview pretty much, right? I did an interview a while ago. Then we would have had, well, obviously, Speedy is the biggest one. But, oh, I love raisins. They're nature's candy. He could have just alluded to a past interview the way he was alluding to other stuff. He knows how not to say shit. Obviously, he didn't say nothing in this whole interview, you guys. Nothing. Nothing. None of my burning questions are answered. And it's not fair for him to just want me to move on. Look, I'm all crazy. Well, it's not fair for him to want me to move on without comment, which his fans seem to be doing his bidding for him. So I would think that's his tone too, is that he doesn't want people talking about him the way they're talking about him without acknowledging his part in it. It's just so very interesting. I was wondering, I also said, not only was this a merch drop, but it shed light, this interview shed light into a conversation he might have been having with Shelly. Can you imagine? Because we call her Miss Genuinely Confused already, right? Can you imagine Miss Genuinely Confused being spun and gaslit by him? That freaking interview was like such the gaslight. Oh my gosh. Have you ever been arguing with somebody and they say something and you say, "You just said da da da," and they're like, "No, I didn't." And you wish you had a recording of it because you know you just heard what the fuck you just heard. And they're trying to act like they didn't just say that shit. That was his whole self-made interview. True crime documentary. He should have fixed this after a Speedy interview. Yep. He could have redeemed himself, but he failed to do so. Yeah, reintroduction 6 months ago without acknowledgement is a waste of your fucking time. Because you know what? I don't care about your fucking journal, bruv. I'm sorry. I don't care about your journal. Because I care about Nicolandria, but you didn't care about their mental health. You didn't care about the backlash that they would receive. You didn't care about anything that they had going on. You know what I mean? But now you want me as a fan to all of a sudden care about you, who doesn't care about people. But then your whole shtick is, I love to bring love and peace and joy to everybody in the world, but the people closest to you, I don't know. The best part of that interview was Unc. The best part of that interview was Unc, you guys. The guy with the homemade gym. Yep. That was the best part of this interview. He was hilarious. Did you guys think so? I think so. Okay, so now I'm rolling the sweet roll. And I kind of stretch and roll. But I learned last time I can't stretch it too far, or else I kind of kill the rising of the yeast. You know? You don't want to work with risen things too much because you will definitely kill the yeast. So I think I can get a dozen out of here. You know, they'll be like mini cinnamon rolls at Cinnabon. I already have my oven on 350. Have my parchment paper in my freaking dish. And now I'm going to get my super sharp Cutco knife. I love Cutco knives, you guys. I told you about Cutco before. Huh, Milo? I need to do a partnership with them. They have the best knives ever. Okay, let's see one more comments. Yeah, who's paying $445, Sadie? Big mouth, big head, right? Who's purchasing this shit? What one of these high schoolers who's going so hard for him in my comments is gonna talk their mom into paying $445 for a graffiti hoodie with no graffiti? Who's gonna do that? Hey, DT. Yes, happy belated birthday. Right on. Thanks so much. Plain Jane. Who is little floppy yachty? Yeah, they were calling him Ship. No, they were calling him Boat in the live on Friday. They were like, in Boat, he didn't even like nicolandria. The colorist himself doesn't even like black men. Yep, exactly. Remain teachable. Nobody is too smart enough in everything. Exactly. Always be learning. ABL. Always be learning. Be a student of life, you guys. Student of life. Cuddled all his life. Yeah, the little baby, so cute with his little dimples that can hold marbles. Him and Mario Lopez got them those marble holding dimples. People, you remember what a marble is? And he's so cute and personable and freaking all the things. However, just something about him gives performative. Am I right or wrong? That's what it is. Something about him gives performative. And it's not his fault. I don't think it's anything that he can fix. It's just something maybe. But the biggest thing is the lack of accountability and us wanting us to just move on and judging us for not moving on or for still being confused when you caused the confusion. And all you have to do is use any one of your hot words to clarify. Yeah, no, look, the material. So he has merch. So if you're a youth, it's only $400. But if you don't have this graffiti on the hood, then it's either $80 or $100. So the only graffiti is this. What the fuck is it? It looks like it could be teeth inside of a skull, or maybe not. I don't even know. What the fuck is this? So this is $400 because without it, it's either 100 or 80, depending on the size. This feels like it has, Milo, get off there. This feels like it has almost more graffiti than this. Well, at least the equal amount of graffiti. And then they all just have this Ace Mob on it. And yeah, I'm going to pick it apart because you did this as a merch drop. You didn't say nothing. So now I'm going to inspect the merch because you must have wanted the merch to speak for itself because you didn't say shit in the interview. And I'll give you that you're creative and bold to be trying to charge $445 fucking dollars for teeth on a hood. But I'm going to talk about it because you put it out there for content. And I'm a content creator. And I only repeated that just in case some of his people were in here because, you know, they'd be wondering how the process works. Like, why the fuck am I talking? Okay. Why are you talking, Larja? Whatever are you talking about, darling? Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only got 11. I could split this one in half. It's kind of huge. 12. Okay, now we got 12. So now I'm going to pop them in the oven on 350. It's 11:09. They should be looked at by 11. I'll give them a good 18 minutes. Okay. You peeped that, Devonda? Like, what material? Yeah, what is it? Who was conducting the interview? Somebody he paid. It was a directed by Alan. Yeah, himself, family members, and friends, and nobody had not one single bad thing to say about him. Unc was cracking jokes on him. And I was like, Unc seems like he would tell the truth. But he also admitted that Ace doesn't come around often. Probably because he don't feel like hearing it. You know? Or not. I don't know. I don't know. But he seemed like the realest one of the bunch. $500 for a fucking sweatshirt is diabolical with the tariffs. And I'm like, did he have to pay a tariff on this? Because he ordered them while he was in the villa and didn't know that tariffs were happening. So now he got caught paying for a tariff charge, and the only way for him to recoup his money is to charge $500. It could be. Yeah, I don't know means no. For sure, Marion. Sick of him, honestly, huh? Yay, thank you, Trisha. I had a good day yesterday for my birthday. He scripted the Speedy interview too? That was horrible. I really wish we'd stop discussing this infomercial. It was a giant ego stroke, and it's not worth all this discourse. Next subject, please. Actually, Aaron, not today, okay? I'm gonna literally, I'm gonna be moving and talking about what I feel like moving and talking about, darling. I appreciate you being here, and yeah, this did not say anything about our faves, Van Carthen. It literally has a picture of this. And can I pull you for a chat? So obviously we're going to be talking about this, among other things. So thanks for popping in, though. She can't fight all of us. Genuinely confused. Yeah. Gaslit. Gaslight, gaslit. Yeah. Reaching. And he made sure all of us to see it in the same places. Right. Even Nick liked the video. We looked at that the other day. Nick liked the video. Probably sounded like a whole lot of word vomit. It was word salad, the worst word salad. I mean, the arugula was watery and brown. It was horrible. The onions were soggy and smelled rancid. The tomatoes were all soft. It was horrible. Word salad. Disappointed that Nick liked snippets. I wasn't disappointed. I like that Nick and O are so much winning that I actually feel like doing stuff like that gets him an even bigger next collaboration. Gets him 5 cities added to his tour for Freako Nico. Because they've been consistently doing stuff like that. Nick had never unfollowed him. He's liked some other stuff in the past. But I feel like him liking this first off this year is a real sign that he's leaving a lot of that in 2025. And he's at least going to like a video of this guy because he needs to win too. And Nick is not so selfish, I don't think, that even with the harm that Ace may have caused, that he doesn't want old boy to win. Like, I think he's willing to look at his age and everything and consider all of that. And it's just that part of the reason we love Nick is because he is so amicable and so personable and relatable and, you know. So I feel like him liking it is ultimate player flex, you know. He may as well have just flashed his grill at old boy. Because he's like, you went through all of this and I'm still doing what I'm doing. But hey, I see you. So I'm not too mad at it. Unc was ghetto. He had no filter. Yup. I know Nick can do what he wants. But dude, you know Alan's true character. Why are you liking his post? I get it. He knows his true character. That's why he's liking his post. Maybe it confirmed that Alan is exactly who he found out he was. I don't know. He didn't repost it. Like, if he liked it and reposted it, that would have been really questionable. But tried to listen. His voice even rubbed you the wrong way. Yeah, they're monitoring Nick's likes now. Yeah, they're doing too much. Let him live, for fucking sake. Yeah. I think he needs to exercise better discernment. Yeah, I think he just needs somebody in his corner because somebody looked at this before he released it and everybody said, oh, that's fire. That's dope. Oh, yeah, that'll get him. That'll shut him up. Oh, yeah, you know, it answers so many questions. Play, I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. Yeah, this is really going to shut him up. And it's not full-on monitoring likes, but, you know, of course, over in the Van Carthen thread domain and other places, people saw that he liked it. Yeah, high schoolers in my comments arguing for him all over the place. And you know how it is when you argue with minors. Well, you might not, but I don't know if you have any snarky nieces or nephews that when you listen to them argue, they really think they're clapping. But even their vocabulary is so stunted that they're basically just saying, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't know. Anyway. Right? Who told him doing an interview in an abandoned factory is a great idea to DT? Who did it? Who did it? It looked all like he was doing an interrogation. I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. He getting interrogated. He going to definitely give up answers in this place. Like, remember when the mob wives had one of their last dinners with Big Ange? And they met in a warehouse because they didn't want none of them bitches at each other's house. So they met at a warehouse And we got answers. We got a lot of answers with that sit down. I mean, we got a lot of questions too, but we got a lot of answers. Anytime it's a dark room and a bright, shiny light, based off of movie lore, not based off of movies, you're supposed to get the answer if you shine a bright enough light on somebody. Sitting in that dark ass thing. Maybe that's what was missing. He kind of sat there and this was the most light that you ever saw. It wasn't like the light was shining on him, so demonic looking. Undeveloped frontal cortex. Yeah, give him 2 more years for a fully developed hypothalamus, and then maybe he'll look back and be like, damn, I might, coulda, shoulda, woulda said da-da-da. Giving too much grace to this 23-year-old young woman, would we be saying the same thing? Now, okay, so I don't know how old is Sierra? Because I kind of, for Sierra, and she's older, so I can't say nothing. I don't know. Yeah, we're paying for the printing machine and tariffs, girl. For a plain ass hoodie that doesn't have any creativity at all. Cordell is the same age, and so is my son, and they act more mature than him. You have to stop making excuses for people's ages when they're grown adults. That, and when they claim that they know every fucking thing. I mean, just let him stand on that business then and get challenged and have to, debate intellectually and see how he comes out. It's reminding me of when I was in high school. I used to go to the flea market and get my shirt airbrushed. Exactly. Oh my gosh. OMG. Total airbrush. Yes. Dang, I might charge $500 and let a man eat my booty hole. Right? Right? $500 an hour. Right? I mean, you saw the teeth on it. I'm not sure. He's surrounded by yes men and women. And then his oldest sister, she's 15 years older. And so she knows how to keep it real. And even she was so vague. You guys don't know shit. I was mad. You guys just don't know shit. I was there. I know everything. Well, tell us then, bitch. Tell us, please. Will somebody from that camp please tell us what the fuck is going on? Are you not hearing our cries? Did you not hear what your brother said? He was going to clear the air and we would find out everything. Did you not hear that your brother put his whole intro to Kendrick Lamar and said we would find peace of mind? But no, just like Ace, the fans are the problem for seeing what they saw, hearing what they hear, and reacting how we're reacting. And the first rule of reality television, he needed to pay better attention. His older sister could have told him this shit. The first rule of reality television is, if you do something, you can never gauge how the other person was going to respond or how the public is going to react. Once you do something, the reaction is the reaction you get, bruv. You can't be the police. You can't be the director of show your ass and then the police of when to show your ass. It's not how it fucking works. Oh, wait, everybody stand right here. I'm going to show my ass. And then we're looking and he's like, oh, who saw my butt? I'm giving out tickets. Who's laughing at my butt? I'm giving out tickets. That's like the freaking logic that we just witnessed. It's so weird. Put on a whole ass circus. And then when we're like, we smell ass in here. You're mad that our noses work. And we don't know nothing. Oh, you're just using your nose all wrong. You wasn't supposed to be, you missed the point. Whatever. His sister was very biased, yes, in her comments. Never hold him accountable. And she gave male-centered older woman. Yeah. His sister said it best. He doesn't really like people like that, right? And we can tell. He doesn't. 404 is 25, yeah. She and him both gave emotionally immature and stunted for their age. Yes. Again, she was there. Where were you, ma'am? Because I didn't see you in the dinghy. I didn't see you by the fire pit. I didn't see you. You wasn't at family day. So where were you exactly? In his heart on the island? I'm not sure. Hey, Allie from Miami. Thanks for coming through. Love Island needs to go 25. Thanks. It's okay, Devonda. We talked about it before. We have talked about the new parameters moving forward before. You know, I'm not all about just talking shit. Like, I love coming up with solutions and viable things for these people to do to keep viewers engaged without, you know, creating like negative discourse, right? Like, and I don't feel like we're being negative for noticing and having our comments. I honestly don't feel like that's negative. However, people take being honest these days as negativity. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm literally not trying to be evil with this guy. I'm just like super disappointed again that 37 minutes of my life was like having smoke blown up my ass. Like, he was totally gaslighting me the whole time. I hate being gaslit. Like, it's just one of my pet peeves. I do not like being the only one to smell the gas in the room, but we could all blow at any minute. That's not going to work for me. I like myself enough to not want to blow the fuck up because you're in here gassing us up. Like, it's a lot. Yeah, there how. So for the new parameters for Love Island, obviously we need developed hypothalamuses. So we're dealing with 25-year-olds and up. Yep. Obviously, you need to have been in at least one serious relationship and have had sex. Yep, you need that. And you need to also be a kisser. You have to enjoy kissing so that if you tell us that you don't like kissing, we're not feeling like you're being molested the whole time, every time you're in a challenge, right? So it would be nice if you were okay with physical touch and like people. As far as your social media exchanges, your body regenerates every 7 years. So instead of go back a whole decade, I'm going to give people a good 7 years. So as far as social media posts, if there's anything adverse, racially charged, xenophobia, anything that's feminine, you know, anti-fem, incel driven, that advocates violence of any sort or is too far anyway, like all of that stuff needs to get vetted before. And it has to have a time frame on it so that when fans go looking during the show, that they know that your parameters were only 7 years back. So if they find some bullshit that's from 8 years back, 9 years back, 10 years back, we're not going to have to give a fuck because we already know that you looked at least 7 years back. You know what I'm saying? And that way you won't have anybody else get tapped on the shoulder in the middle of the night and get taken off the island like Yulissa and Sierra. So, and then you won't have all this additional discourse about like, I think they said TJ likes MAGA stuff. Adriana likes MAGA stuff. Damn, Austin has liked some MAGA stuff before. And, you know, political views aside is one thing, but if it's about hate towards towards a certain group of people, that should not be tolerated. Any hate towards a certain group of people. Now, some could warrant that the current dude over in the 90,000 square foot ballroom is a purveyor of that. Therefore, any liking of him likes that. And I would subscribe to that on many levels. And also in an effort to allow space for people to unite in any commonality, I would like be willing to forego rigidness on that particular thing, because some people do like the policies of like the tax benefits and this, that, and the other, but as far as like the hate driven stuff, yeah, you can't be liking those kind of posts for sure. For shizzle nizzle. Oh, I smell the sweet rolls. They smell brown. You guys, if you're a baker, you smell brown. Do you know that? And now we need to make some glaze. Here, I'll show you guys. Let's see. See? Wish you guys could smell the house right now. It smells so cinnamony and sweet and bready, and it's bubbling. And now I'm gonna make a glaze with some like cream cheese, powdered sugar, and some vanilla. The boys are gonna love this. Yes. Okay. So, the rest of these comments. Yeah, so what do you guys think about those parameters? That's thoughtful, right? And I feel like it would help them a lot because like even Vanna, she was only 21. She was younger than Ace. Okay? And poor thing. And it just isn't the greatest place for 21-year-olds, I don't think. And it's, what do you guys think? Wow, I knew about TJ and Austin and Charlie. Yeah, Andriana. Yep. Yep, no wonder her and 404 get along. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. And then it's interesting. Like, he showed so many people in his family, but we didn't see his... Did we see his mother? Did we see Ace's mother? Ever, you guys? Nope. Exactly. He went through showing us all his siblings and his grandma, you guys. It's interesting. I don't know. I feel like he was being... That's weird. Why doesn't your mom want to be in your documentary? Yep. We saw Granny, though. Big sis, little bro, old ass unk, a childhood actor. Huh. Oh, these are so good, you guys. I wish you could taste them. Okay. And you guys know I make merch too, right? I'm thinking too small, bitch. I gotta think bigger. I am thinking too small. I need to start charging $400 for stuff. I don't even like putting $80 on nothing. I think my most expensive hoodie is like $50 in whatever size you get it in. I would never charge a little person $55 for a t-shirt. You're only going to be able to wear it for 6 months, maybe. T-shirts, I don't think should be more than $30. Even $30 is like ridiculous to me. What do you guys see when you look at this? Honestly. What do you think? What do you see? It looks like teeth. And kind of crazy eyes, maybe? I don't know. What the fuck is it? What is it? Is it the side of his mouth that he's always talking out of? That's what it looks like to me. That's the side of his mouth. Yep. Right? They better drag him like they did Nick for a cameo. At least in the cameo thing where Nick was charging hundreds of dollars, you get Nick's personality and a personal, like, minute phone call from a bona fide star, man of the hour. And over here you get, like, I'm not sure if these are teeth, if there's some type of seed or pod. I just said teeth because for something about it makes me think of a skull. What the fuck is it? It's so weird. What the fuck is it? Guys, put it in the chat. What the fuck is this? No, he never explained what the fuck that tattoo was for. Being intentionally vague garners a level of control. And you can, if you want to, manipulate a situation. So him saying, oh, it's a big thing that he has this name on him, and people make fun of it, but they don't really know, even understand why. But then you don't tell us why. But you obviously have a feeling about people saying something about it that you want us to not want you to feel bad about, but you just won't correct and make clear so that they don't do that, so that you don't get this. So then people are just going to have to walk on eggshells around you and not mention it because it might hurt your feelings. And that's manipulation. How do you get a 3 motherfucking foot tattoo on your back, mad when people ask you what it's for, but you got a 3 foot tattoo on your 5 foot back? A 3 foot tattoo on a 5 foot back. You guys, while he's standing on business, something dark, right? What the fuck does it mean? Something about his parents wanted to name him that, but named him Alan. But then they told him the story about it. Somebody said he might have absorbed his twin or something. Like, what if he was a twin in vitro and he absorbed his twin? So one of them was going to be named Alan and one was going to be named Ace. And it's just too hard to talk about now. Oh, you mean this looks demonic? It does. This graffiti looks demonic. It looks very demonic. Because it looks like snarling evil teeth with crooked gobbly eyes in a distorted skull glaring at your soul. It's not artful. I feel like this one is more arty. This one is classic California airbrush, a spade, a ace. I'm not sure what. Look, I was like, is that devil horns? I don't know. But like, I feel like this is like more artistically inclined than this. These are just my opinions. I get to look at people's merch and do this, and I get to. People are going to be mad about it, though, and probably feel like they need to write some more bullshit. Let me see, what did this person say? See? Take 3 hours out of your time to dissect a video, because that's what I do, bitch. That's what it's called when you do a reaction video. You like dissect that shit. See how, that's what I'm telling you. He has high schoolers doing his bidding. He was a COVID high schooler. He graduated high school while there was COVID happening. And these are the people he's dealing with. They're crazy. They are pretending like his YouTube page is a personal page for his life. They're crazy. And they're all over here in my comments. They're going, look. So then they were like, I'm a fan. I'm like, well, you actually being over here makes you the motherfucking fan. You sought me out, bitch. I'm not famous. Alan's famous. Alan got 1 million, 2 million followers. I got 3,000 little subs. But you're seeking me out to come over here and make sure I know what you feel. This Carrie bitch, I'm telling you, this Carrie girl, I'm like, I almost think this is his big sister. I almost think it's Carrie Nicole person is his big sister. And yeah, I almost do. Because she had so much to say. So much to say. Oh my God, Carrie. I'm like, this little hoe. I'm like, is he paying you? Do you get a cut of this? Does she get a cut? And that's why she's so pressed over here in my comments, in my world, in my orbit. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. I understand that when I post stuff on YouTube, it's a public platform, unless I make it a private video. But he has fans supporting him that are not going to be buying this. They don't even understand the way YouTube works. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. They don't even understand the way YouTube works. Okay? I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. And he didn't talk about his dancing and what he's famous for, right? I didn't know he has an account here on YouTube. Yeah, it's Ace Mob TV. I was expecting to see more of that, how he started out prior to Love Island. Well, you know what? I don't really care how he started out prior to Love Island. The rest of the Islanders don't get a precursor video reintroduction shit because it's not really relevant. Like he had to take us back to being on his grandmother's knee to try to reintroduce and humanize himself after the shit he caused. I can't. I can't and I won't. I won't and I can't. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, you know what? So I've been live here for longer than I thought. It took me I was just talking and baking. So I made the sweet rolls. I said we were going to go live with the TikTok people again. So I'm going to go start up a new live with TikTok. And I will come back and restart the live here. Hopefully you guys will be through. And if you do have a TikTok, go over there. And then you can come up on the panel and we can hear your POV if you have it on any of the stuff we'll be discussing. And, oh my God, you know what happened to me the other day? So while we were in the live the other day, you know, it's my birthday, right? So we were live on Friday. My birthday was Saturday. Today is Sunday. And thank you guys so much for the warm birthday wishes. It really filled me with warmth and joy. I felt so loved and I continue to feel so loved. So thank you so much for that. And while I was in the live, you guys know I love Jer Bear. And really, really love Jer Bear. Like I love Jer Bear. And so he reposted some stuff of mine from the account that got banned. And I was like, that was one of the first things I thought when it got banned I was like, dang, you know, Greek Fest had followed me. Agua de Kefir was following me. Sweet Green, because I had made videos for all of those things. And then Jeremiah was following me over there on that page. And he had reposted some stuff that I did too. And then the page got snatched and I was like, darn, you know, but I kept it pushing. And so, but in the live on Friday, Jeremiah gave me a galaxy, you guys. And that's like big to do in the TikTok world. People always love a good galaxy. And so he gave me a galaxy and wished me happy birthday. Yes. And told me the current book they're reading. It's a nice little spicy number. Not too 50 Shades of Grey, but Still a good little romance book. And yeah, I was like, wow, Jeremiah, that was so sweet. So that kind of made my day. Now, a galaxy costs $10. So yeah, that was cute. It was just cute. Like he didn't have to do anything, but he totally gifted me a galaxy. And I was so moved. I was like, whoa. But you know, also, I was looking for imagery to put up. So I didn't have I didn't see have the comments showing to myself. So I didn't even see enter the chat or nothing. And they were like, Jeremiah's here, Jeremiah's here, read the chat. Oh yeah, that's the other person that was following me on my other account. Felicia, Miss Felicia, would pop into my lives on the other account often. That's Olandria's mom. And so that was cool. Anyway, I just thought that was so cool. Yeah. Yeah, wasn't that sweet, Devonda? I was so moved. I immediately called my mom because you guys know me and Reverend C watched Love Island together. So we both are very fond of Jeremiah. And so I called her first. I was like, Mom, Jeremiah just gave me a birthday present. I was like, aw. I don't know. I'm getting goosebumps about it now again. No way, Aaron Mack. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. That feels so good. Yeah. So we have another channel sponsor today. Aaron Mack just gifted the channel. Thank you so much. You know, I don't drink like that anymore, but that will buy a bottle of Bogle. I like that good Bogle wine or some 2 buck chuck. Oh, I could get some 2 buck chuck. Ugh. No, I got it. Happy belated birthday. That's exactly what my Oz saw was happy belated birthday. It wasn't until you said, Lord, I can't spell that I went back and see. I'm like, who's Ted? Yes. Right on. Thanks, you guys. That's so sweet. So yeah, so Jeremiah popped in and they're reading a good book. And but here, before we go real quick, this is what Nick is doing. Poor Nick. He doesn't have any clothes again, you guys. Nick doesn't have any clothes. He's out in Boston. It's 30 fucking degrees. And he arrived in this. A t-shirt, sweats, and the damn fish. He has fish on his feet. Again, those fish slippers. And he's on his way to a game. His lips are chapped. And started to bleed because of the cold weather. And then somebody gave him a couple of jackets and a hoodie. And it looks like a Hogwarts knit cap. Is that a freaking, I don't know. Oh, Warcraft. It might be Warcraft merch. And if you play Warcraft, he'd love to play with you. They're standing by a space heater at Gillette Stadium. Now, if you can imagine how cold these two are, can you imagine how cold the players are? I'm like, poor players. I hope they get paid hazard pay to be playing in degrees that'll make your fucking blood slow down. It's weird. And I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who Scat Pack is. Do you guys know? Can you put it in the chat if you know who this guy is or who this guy is? I'm not sure. But I know LFG means let's fucking go. But I don't know who this guy is and this guy is. These are the last two things posted on his Snapchat before I came. Yeah, they stay dragging Nick. And people are yelling about Olandria's cocky because she knows she's beautiful. And yeah. A millionaire. Yeah, he's a millionaire. He might misplace this jacket. Yep. Yeah, he needs some North Face jackets in his thing. All he'll do is lose it, though, Aaron. He'll just lose it. That's Florida for you. You want to see Florida again, you guys? That's Florida for you. The damn fish and T-shirts. And that's kind of California, too, like in flip-flops. I mean, in the rain, people wear flip-flops here because it's usually not going to last that long. They still have their shorts on and flip-flops because typically the rain doesn't last very long, except for when you get an Arctic river. See, this is when I'm a bit annoyed at Ola because my man cannot be outside like this. Aaron, oh my gosh. You know, she, like, if he was with her, he would not be doing this. For sure, for sure. He's been stepping it up for sure if they're together. Oh my God. So about the Tims, you guys, I'm glad you brought it up because as it turned out, you know, he's so fucking cheap. Not cheap. Let's call him frugal. He's very frugal. Let me see. Do I have the photo? I might have made a video and not had a photo about it. But he got on the plane. Here it is. He gets on the plane and he put this on his Snapchat right here. Come on. So he had the shoe update. He was going to get on the plane and he had too much luggage or his luggage weighed too much and they were going to charge him or some bullshit. And you know, Nick's not playing about his $3. And so he left shoes at the airport, you guys. He left shoes that cost money at the airport. And so he was only able to bring home, there are his Tims. Who wanted to know? Aaron, there are his Tims. They made it. He has Tims and he has his fish slippers were the shoes he decided to keep out of all the shoes he had when he just left. He's hilarious. Yeah, she's not cocky. This is her cocky year, but she not cocky. Yeah, refused to pay for a check bag. So he left shoes that he paid for so he wouldn't have to pay to get them home. Yeah, Aaron, they're not together like that, though, for him to have her clothes picked out, you know? And one thing I will say is that I love that when they're together, he does step it up. I like that. He tries to match her fly when they're together. You know? He's insane. He needs to have his boots on. The Riceman's need to help him. He would be the best style DJ in history if he let the Riceman style him. Oh, you know what I got? I was like, it's 7 months later. But, oops. I wanted to show you guys this. 7 months later. And this is still their look. The place was fucking packed. Last night, a DJ went live. Because Nick was someplace last night. He was at the Shark Club. Or when he was at the Shark Club, another DJ was down the street and knew that Nick was DJing down the street at the Shark Club. So that DJ put on a 9-minute song and left his job at the Shark Club and filmed himself running down the street to where Nick was playing. And he left his club. His club looked sparse. His club had so much room on the dance floor, hardly anybody in there. He was a good DJ, though, but there was no people. He left there, ran down to Nick's, where it was crowded like this. And the crowd was hyped. The vibe was on. And Nick was in his aura farming magnificence. And the DJ stayed and looked around. And then He ran back to his club, and the whole excursion took about 4 minutes. But it was just so cute to see other DJs like giving him his props too, you know? Yeah, you saw that, Aaron, running to see Nick. It was so cute. But look at them. Look at their eyes. They can't take their eyes off him. Like, can you? Yeah, this picture is this weekend. This picture is this weekend, you guys. Look, it's like nothing. It's like we're in June. It's like we're in August. It's like we're in November or September still. It's like they didn't just have a 2 month break from Greek Fest. Look at them. This is what he affects. This is what he affects. This is crazy. Yeah, the sprouts were so cute. Let me see. Do I have those? Sprouts. Oh, I think that's him right here. Those little things on his hats are called sprouts. And this guy came and he had made him some sprouts. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. And then what else happened? I really just like this picture because I feel like it's very like the essence of Nick. He's just his aura. This is, you know, I'm always calling it aura forming. And I feel like this captures what he's doing with his aura. I just love this. How the light is refracting and just wow. This is wow. I really like that shot. I don't know who caught it, but I got it because they got it. Him with the sprouts on his hat and the people going wild. Let's see. I love his name in lights. Nick Vance. So cool. Oh, and by the way, this dog right here is the same dog that ate Fifi, you guys. This is the same dog that ate Fifi. And the last time we saw him, he was working on the slippers. So Nick might be down to just a pair of Tims if he doesn't watch it around this dog. Let's see. And then the Reismans delivered some additional pictures of Olandria in her fabulosity. I really like this picture in particular because the night of the Bridgerton event, we didn't get to see how vibrantly colored the freaking poof on this gown is. And look at that though, you guys. Look at those vibrant colors. They kind of got lost in the hue of the light from the evening. But in this light, so vibrant, so gorgeous. Our girl Olandria with the backdrop of the Paris and the Eiffel Tower while she's looking so chic and divine. Mais oui. At the Bridgerton premiere, looking so regal. Here's another one so we can get the colors on that skirt. Look at that. You guys. And then I love a good black and white anything. The contrast and the shadows in this is very moving. Anything else? Oh, she got a care package from someplace. Dear Olandria, welcome to the 60 Beverly Hills. So that's where she stayed. 60 Beverly Hills. Very nice. And, oh my gosh, then Christian Siriano, you know, he's getting ready for Fashion Week, and he was getting his freaking, what's it called where they hold all the gowns? Marlo Hampton would call it a vault. You know, the archive kind of thing. The archive of all his gowns before. And the yellow that you see over there is Celine's. And here is the butterfly Olandria. It made it to his showroom. And this is the card with it. Christian Siriano, LRGA Curves at Glamour Women's of the Year 2025, sponsored by Virginia Edmonds. Photo by Cindy via Getty Images. Isn't that all awesome, you guys? Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have, if anything. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're just to here. To this dude, who I have no idea who you are, and this dude. But Nick was being very personable and speaking to them and having a good time at the game in Boston. Let's see. Wasn't that card awesome? Girl, that would be Black Fashion Blogger was negative about Olandria's red carpet look. I was like, dang. Who? Black Fashion Blogger. I didn't see her. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen the negative post, but I've heard about negativity around her, but I haven't seen it. The photo dumps of Olandria are luxurious art, aren't they? So yeah, I have some of those too. I showed some of them though. They were some of the ones that I just showed. Love the dress, yes. Favorite feature, her eyes. Oh my God. Hi, Thony. What's good? Happy Sunday. She looks amazing. Yeah, that dog needs some toys. Fifi was not a toy. That was a child. Oh yeah, her Glambot. I'm about to release a video where I got the Glambot guy, his reaction and his explanation to the J-Lo backlash. Because, you know, they were like, people were actually saying that, you know, the difference between Olandria's interaction and J-Lo specifically, I did see a video about that, was very different. But the guy, the Glambot guy, was like, I'm just happy to be in their room. It's an optional thing. She stepped on the thing. We had a good exchange. I've seen her before. It's not what you guys are making it pretty much. But I'm going to release, I'm about to upload that as soon as we get off here. And we're about to get off here because I'm down to 2%, you guys. I'm down to 2%. It's noon in California on Sunday. I'm going to go back live probably around 12:30 my time Sunday. Give my phone time to charge and go over there to the TikTok streets, and I'll do a simulcast thing. Again, anybody who wants to play in the TikTok streets, if you have it, then you're very welcome. Yeah, she is known for being rude, but the guy was like, that wasn't rude to him. Yeah, no, we just showed. It did make the exhibit. I just showed that dress is in the exhibit. Where'd it go? Yeah, so this is the exhibit room, and this is her exhibit. So it did make it, in fact, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Who's the name of the blogger? I want to go look it up and see what they say. But because the hate is just so extra and so real right now. Like these fucks, they just need to find some love in their heart. Hey, baby.
You gotta change it.
The Harper's one. Oh, you mean the Harper's Bazaar look. Because he did do that flower in the Harper's Bazaar look also is what you're saying. Yeah. So you're right. Like, I don't know how he decided to not let that one. Maybe because this one was a showstopper. And it seems like one thing all of the looks had in common were they were red carpet looks, because he had Janelle Monáe's from the Met, he had Rihanna, he had like so many looks that were all red carpet looks and Met looks. And the look that he had for her in Harper's Bazaar was not a Met look. That was an editorial, you know, that was a print piece. So maybe that's the difference. Anyway, you guys, I'm down to 1% now. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for smashing that like button, smashing the subscribe button. Thanks for being channel sponsors. Thanks for my birthday gifts. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you ring the bell so you can go live with me next time or see the videos I drop. And make it a great rest of your Sunday if I don't see you later. Peace.